If you want to learn how to build this 7x4 half arch backdrop, make sure to watch, screenshot, and save this video. First thing you'll want to do is get a 8x4 3/4 inch birch plywood or sanded plywood, and you'll want to cut 1 foot off the length of the board. And I did want to give a shout out to Miles C X Tape 1 digital tape measure, as I've been using this for every build now. Once you make your marks for the 1 foot, you'll then use a circular saw to cut the 1 foot off. And since the radius of this half arch is 4 feet, I don't have a circular jig to be able to cut this, so I had to manually make one. I used a piece of scrap and inserted a wood screw at one end in the center of the piece of the material, and then I drilled a hole at 4 feet long so that I could stick a pencil through it. And you'll use this to make your curve. I would highly recommend to make sure your measurements are spot on and to make sure that everything is marked out perfectly before you go ahead and start to cut with the jigsaw. You will want the top left of the board marked and then the 4 foot mark to the side of the board. Once that is completed, you'll then use the jigsaw to cut out the curve. Make sure that you are taking your time and do not rush it, and try to stay on the outside of the line. Keep in mind you will be able to sand down the material once you're done making all the cuts. Once I'm done with all the cuts, I then give it a nice quick vacuum and move on to the sanding process and evening out the curve. You'll also want to give any of the other parts of the board a nice quick sanding just to remove all the splinters. Then you'll turn over the board and you'll do the same thing on the other side of the board to give it the nicest, cleanest finish. Once you completed this, you're now ready to install the legs to the backdrop. Stay tuned for part 2. Thanks for watching and follow for more videos.